Thank you. Thank you, sir. We all are living in extraordinary times. I understand the timing of this bill, and our party, YSR Congress Party, we welcome this bill as it seeks to provide extension of timeline and interest favors to taxpayers who are suffering in the pandemic, sir. While we are supporting this, I have 5 points to make. The first one being treat donations to CM relief funds as CSR activity as well. Right now, all the donations that are made to PM CARE fund has been made eligible for tax deduction, sir. Under Section 80 of the Income Tax Act, corporates can donate to PM CARES as part of mandatory CSR activity. Because of these benefits, individuals and corporates are diverting funds from CM relief funds to PM CARES. However, there is no certainty that PM CARE will be used for the local development of a particular state, sir. Take, for example, of my state, where the steel plant in Vizag has donated as part of CSR activity to PM CARES. Definitely, they want to look at it in such a way that their CSR fund is actually used in the development of Vizag rather than somewhere else. It's a point that can be taken into consideration, sir. So donations made to state and CM relief funds should also be treated as part of CSR activity. This will help boost local development, which is actually the stated objective of the CSR policy, sir. Additionally, maybe we can also get a little creative here, because you have from this year and next year you have taken off the MP-led funds. Maybe on par with the PM CARE funds, if you can think a little creative and give some sort of a provision for the MPs as well, wherein corporates can donate as a part of CSR activity and get tax deduction under Section 80 of the Income Tax Act to the MP funds. This will help make up for the 5 crores lost to the MP lads that has been taken away, ma'am. The second point being rationalize the tax collection targets on the officials. The budget provided for the increase in tax collection of 12% from last financial year, and so tax officials have even higher tax collection targets this year. These tax collection targets should be reviewed and reduced because the economy is suffering. Finance Minister herself admitted yesterday that.
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah, yes, please conclude. You go.
We are the first speaker, sir.
Yeah, you finish.
Only speaker, sir.
Yes, only one speaker.
Only one speaker, sir.
No problem. You have to conclude.
Finance Minister herself admitted yesterday that central gross tax revenue collections are down by almost 30% or almost 1.6 lakh crore compared to last year. So it's time that we need to review the targets that are given, sir. Point number 3, making GST payable on receiving payments, not when invoice is raised. Currently, GST is payable when the vendor raises an invoice. Raising an invoice does not mean payment is received. So maybe that point can be taken, sir. Suggestion number 4. Centre should not misuse amendment to GST Act to delay payment of GST compensation. So yes, Section 7 of this bill allows the centre to extend time limits for actions which cannot be completed because of the force majeure. While this provision is welcome because it will bring relief to business, it should not be misused by centre to delay its commitment of payment to paying GST compensation to the state, sir. Andhra Pradesh is really suffering because it is already owed almost 4,000 crores and we are already a deficit state, so please consider this, ma'am. Fifth point being increased reliance on the direct taxes. Sir, I'm the only speaker, sir. I think our party have almost 7 minutes or 8 minutes time.
No.
Yes. Just 2 minutes too.
No.
Increased reliance on the indirect taxes. The share of indirect taxes has been increasing for so many years, and it has reached to 50% in the financial 2019 compared to 43% for financial 2011. The combined share of customs and excise duties and value added reached an all-time high of 10.5% of GDP, with the previous high of 10.1% in 1987 to 88, ma'am. This is also when the service tax was steadily hiked to 18% from 12.4% in 2014. This is troubling because indirect taxes actually penalize the poor and the middle class more than the rich. So I hope you'll try to look into this.
Please
I'll conclude in 1 minute, sir.
Please bind up.
I conclude in 1 minute. With regards to the Andhra issues, a total of almost 3,622 crores is due to state of Andhra Pradesh towards the GST compensation, ma'am. GST compensation of almost 237 crores from the financial year 2017-18 is also still due. So I hope it is done sooner than later. And pending amount of 1,728 crores to AP State Civil Supply Corporation is due, ma'am. Earlier release of pending amount will help clear pending payments to farmers under minimum support price. It will help actually transfer the money into the accounts of the farmers. That is what the aim of the central government right now is. And finally, under the 14th Finance Commission, a total grant of 3,635 crores for 5 years was allocated to urban local bodies, ma'am. An amount of 581 crores is still pending from the government of India. We have provided all the utilization certificates and everything. I hope you take all this in right spirit and try to release it as soon as possible, so that the aim of the central government will match the aim of the state government in transferring the amount to the needy. Thank you once again, sir. We once again support this bill. Thank you very much.